Hey guys, Brent Hull Build Show. Got an update on the Italian Revival House. A lot of cool things happened, some demo going on, some new spaces. Come join me. Okay, so you probably noticed the biggest change. We changed the color, we painted it, right? Look how the architectural elements now pop, right? Before, the house was painted the same color as that stone. That double keystone they've got right there, that banding that they've got at the windowsill height, these details were lost, okay? And they didn't really pop quite as much. But now look at the eave up underneath that main body of the house with the panels and everything. All of a sudden you see it now. All of a sudden you see these things now. So the paint colors and paint design really was a big idea. Remember, this house originally was red. It was a red brick house. It was painted a number of times. We think they painted it because when these buildings were added on, we think that they couldn't get the brick to match, so they painted it at that time. So just preservation wise, right, the ideal thing would be go to back with the red brick. We have the technology where we could even strip this brick. Kind of, it wouldn't be a perfect thing because the brick has a lot of texture to it and not be able to get all the paint out. Really what's going to happen is if we tried to do that, you'd end up seeing this kind of every addition, right? Every new thing that was added on, and this house has been added on to a lot, would show up and it would look kind of like a mess. And so staying with the paint color was kind of an important thing to unify the house and kind of bring it all together. All the different iterations that have happened over the years that we're trying to massage and make right, those things are going to look better because we've got a unifying paint color. We're going to go check out the inside, going to show you some of the updates and things that are going to go on. Come join me. All right, so you notice, guys, we've got our HVAC units here and you'll see them on the other side of the house. That is how we're heating and cooling the house. It's our system of protecting the HVAC systems that are put in new, providing heat and cool to the house as necessary. It's 104 today, so we really need the cooling here. But you'll see that and you wonder what all those ducts are and what's going on. We're heating and cooling the house, and that's how we do it with these outside units. One of the things that makes a historic house like this unique and charming is divided light windows. You'll notice on this rotunda, there isn't any, okay? And so that's something we're gonna change. And if you look at my Wednesday design video when I talked about fixing the outside of this is that interior of that room. And so I have breaking these windows up, going back in with the divided light, because what happens is a big open pane like that, and you can see it on the front side of the house because there's divided light windows and then there's open light windows. The difference is stark, the difference is amazing. And so you'll see it here. I'm gonna take you to the back side, show you another place where we're going to go back with divided light windows. But the first piece of that is these open light windows. They're great for seeing out and everything else. And everybody goes, yeah, I don't want any divided lights. The problem is they make the house look ugly. They make it look modern. It doesn't look traditional, doesn't look historic. And so we're going to be changing that as we kind of go through this. This is kind of our office makeshift room, but you see all these open lights here. Essentially what happened was this was the door going out to a porch and it got closed in later. We have opened this up. You can see our steel inside the walls to support this opening. We've got steel up there as well. So this is going to be a family room and it's really going to open up into this billiards room. We are combining these rooms because otherwise they were cut off. There's a fish tank in here. Those two original doors that had gone out to this porch were just opened areas. And so we think that was probably, this opening onto a loggia like this, because there would have been no windows in here, would have been original 1908. And then as they change over time, they opened this space up and made it into part of this house. And we're going to open it up even more so that this family room really connects with this. We're going to panel the room in here. We're going to put wainscoting in this other room. Should be really lovely. I did want to show you, because as we talk about windows and we talk about changing them out, the last windows that were put in here about 20 years ago were all production windows, okay? Well, what does that mean? And I was just talking to a client about this, but production windows are sadly, okay, have become kind of the cheapest wood window that you can get. And what that means is they're about a 20-year product. They're 25 maybe, until they start falling apart. We're pricing this door, our mill is pricing these doors. These are the old doors that were put there by one of the production, but look at the rot there at the bottom, right? I could push my finger right through there. But look at this. This is how, these pieces right here were went right here, okay? So this is essentially what was covering up this glass, and you can see they've got divided light glass in here, they've got these bars in here, but it was glued in place, okay? This wasn't even nailed on, it was glued. It was glued! What in the world, right? What are we doing? How are we building stuff that this kind of thing can happen, where you end up with just this thin little crappy piece that sorry, it kind of got wound up there. But we don't want to go back with this, okay? We want to go back with a 100-year product. So what's the difference between our doors and their doors? Are they more expensive? Yes, okay, but they're not twice or 3 times or 40, 50% more. But they're going to last 100 years, okay? They're not going to last 20 years and then need to be thrown away. So you get what you pay for, guys, and I don't want you putting in cheap things, non-divided light windows, just finger jointed wood and things like that end up falling apart over time, because these are essentially made to last about 20 years, made to last about 30 years. I can say that because this wasn't even nailed. Look, there's the back side of it, there's no nail, okay? So this was glued on. How long do you think it was gonna last, right? So anyway, kind of crazy, but wanted to show you that the production windows, the production doors, sadly, at this point in our world, are just not something that lasts very long. And the reason why we're gonna encourage the client to put in better things, more long-lasting things. The doors in the front of the house that are original to the house, those are still there. They've been here 120 years, right? And they're still lasting. Why? Good wood, right? Bad wood, good wood, okay? Let's build something that's gonna last a long time. What's missing here, right? We lost our pool. So part of the new design is kind of reorganizing things, and I've talked about kind of how the back of this house is kind of messed up, how that stucco, applied stucco, isn't gonna work. So we're really pulling the front around to the back, the quality, the design, the longevity of what was on the front, we're gonna bring to the back. Part of that is kind of a new pool design and a new pavilion. If you watch my Wednesday design videos, I did a fireplace screen that we're kind of rebuilding and redoing. So a lot of fun stuff happening out there. If you stand right here and just look back, you'll notice that one of the reasons it looks so cheap looking this way is all the open light windows. It looks, you see them there, you see them here, you see them on that page, you see them on that rotunda where we were just standing. So that's the outside of it. All this stucco and open lights looks cheap. It looks like someone was trying to save money and couldn't afford the good stuff. And so we're gonna be fixing that, and that really will help the back look like the front and will really make a big difference. Okay guys, so painting really kind of changing the outside of this house. We're in the middle of the MEPs, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. Not very sexy, but some good stuff going on. Next thing, our windows are going in. We're gonna finish the MEPs, gonna start closing up walls. And so we've got stone on the back side, that design that you might have seen in my Wednesday design videos for the new columns for that rotunda. That's going in. Got a big client meeting at the end of the month. Cabinets, all those fun things are gonna start coming together and happening. Should be a lot of fun, but I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching. I'm Brent Hull.